I went to medical school here at WashU, and I chose to stay here for the next 5 years for residency because I was really pleasantly surprised by all that St. Louis had to offer. A really livable city, a lot of fun activities to do, and the training here is unparalleled. A lot of my co-residents and I were here for 5 years, so we bought condos, which probably wouldn't be feasible in a lot of other cities. I live in the Central West End. It's the neighborhood right outside the hospital. Forest Park is right there, so you've got plenty of opportunities to go outside, enjoy time with your friends outside of work. It's a gorgeous park, and there's a lot to do in it. There's a history museum, an art museum that's on top of this beautiful hill, a free zoo, a science center. It's free, so you can go there as often as you want.
St. Louis has everything that you'd need in a big city, but it feels like a close-knit community. There's lots of shops, there's lots of restaurants, you can walk to school, but it's still very affordable. I live in a historic building that's been refurbished. It's a one-bedroom, but I have a full living room, a very nice kitchen, and it's a third of what I would pay in any other major city.
For me to be able to live in a place, have a really nice apartment that's also incredibly affordable was really important to me. Everything from groceries to going out, it's just a completely different pricing scale that's a lot more comfortable for me as a graduate student.
You have to realize the cost of living in St. Louis is a lot lower than in cities where a lot of our peer institutions are located, and it makes a difference to be able to enjoy your life a little bit more. Whether it's housing, food, enjoying culture, those things are just a little bit easier here.
And I think don't underestimate the importance of feeling comfortable where you are and to be in a good space when you wake up every morning or have to get up early to go to work. It's just really easy to do that here in St. Louis.